Hi, I'm Alicia So Awesome. If you're new here, I'm a board certified acute care nurse practitioner. I get on social media often and express my thoughts and ideas about being a nurse practitioner. And yeah, you guys comment below and let me know what you think. I recently transitioned from working in the acute care setting to basically working for an agency that contracts me out to different facilities who need my expertise. The difference between this job and my other jobs, I have 10 years nursing experience, 5 years as a nurse practitioner, is that this job, I'm not paid for time. Let me say that. I'm paid for productivity. So it requires me to see a certain amount of patients every week, and then over that is additional. I've been doing exceptionally well per my management. I had like a 6-month meeting I have a management team, and then I have like a overseeing doc and attending, and we had a meeting the other day, and he let me know there are some things I definitely need to work on. Some of them caught me off guard because they are qualities and characteristics that I naturally have. I do understand that nursing can just be petty, but I'm just learning in my professional journey to just ignore those things and learn from, people who have been doing this way longer than me to be bigger and better. I do have a mentor. I do consult her all the time. She definitely helps me with everything. And I spoke to her this week, and I'm going to let her know. I'm going to let you guys know her feedback. So when I spoke to my management, he basically told me that there's a lot of pettiness amongst nursing. I am an educator. I educated nurses. I taught nursing school for a while. So just know that if something's going on in the facility, if something's going wrong with patients, and patients are going to go down. There's sometimes you can't avoid that. If I come to the bedside and there's things that we can do better as a team, I'm going to voice those things. And my management told me that there are times when I'm voicing those things that some of the nurses feel like I'm mean. Other people feel like she's great. I love her. I'm learning a lot. And maybe a couple of nurses felt like she's mean, which took me off guard because I'm not mean, but I will definitely let you know that when things are going downhill for patients, I'm going to very much be on top of everybody that's trying to help to make sure that we are doing the best we can do. I come from a team of doctors I come from trauma, so they're in surgery, so I have to definitely make sure I'm doing all the things I can for my patient. And if I'm not, I'm going to have to hear what they have to say about it, and it's not going to be good. So naturally, when I come to the bedside and something's going wrong with a patient, I'm going to ask the nurse what she did and what do we need to do from here, and then I'm going to direct her on what's the best thing for us to make sure we have the best patient outcome. I currently have two floors altogether. I have one floor, the complete floor, and then I have another floor, half a floor, and then I have another floor, half the floor. So 2 floors altogether. I feel as if I have really good working relationships with everybody. When I got the feedback, I was super shocked, but as he said, there were 3 situations. I can remember the 3, and I want to know you guys' input on them. One of the situations was there was a patient who was post-ictal from a seizure, and I was called to the bedside basically by the CNA, who told me she was trying to feed her, and she was not eating. And I was appalled because I'm like, wow, so if a patient is post-ictal and not really responding neurologically, we expect that, right? Neurologically, they're not going to be responding like they normally should because they're post-ictal, right? They just had a seizure. I'm trying to communicate with the nurse and the CNA, is it okay to feed a patient post-ictal, right? I'm trying to get her to understand that would be the time not to feed them, to make them NPO and just wait till neurologically they are with it. We don't want the patient to ask for it, right? So I'm talking to the nurse, we're thinking it through. You could tell she felt she felt as if, what would be the appropriate word? She felt as if it was appropriate, her actions were appropriate. And I'm telling her that's fine, but just think it through with me. If a patient is not responding, yes, no, nodding their head and stuff like that, it's not okay to put anything down their mouth. That was one of my problems. And I didn't think that I was aggressive or anything. I was just trying to get her to think it through. What I was trying to get my management to understand is sometimes it doesn't matter what you could be saying to somebody, right? Sometimes people are just not open to constructive criticism, right? We're all here to take the best care of the patients possible, right? So I was telling him, like, everybody's not accustomed to constructive criticism, things that are going to help us be stronger providers. Situations, we get in these situations and we learn from each and every one of them. And if you allow me to, as your teammate, right, as a nurse practitioner with the nurses, I will make you stronger, you know, from the knowledge I have, as my attendings make me stronger from the knowledge they have. So he basically agreed, like, yeah, like, you know, it could be super duper petty. I hear you, I believe you. So my new goal is to not educate if they don't ask, because I don't want anybody to feel bad. The goal is to empower you through me educating you. And if me educating you to me makes you feel uncomfortable or bad, then I don't want to do it. So that's my new goal. The second thing he told me is to be jipper and like high energy. And I'm like, I am jipper and high energy. Like, I don't know. He's like, yeah, make sure you're saying hello to everybody. And I'm like, my closest homegirl is the janitor. That's my girl. Like, I don't know. So I'm not for sure if maybe somebody from management came around and I didn't speak. That's strange, because I'm a yapper mouth. I want to conversate all the time about things, specifically in my new environment, because I love my job. So these are things that I've been super duper cognizant of this week. In my professional development, I'm learning to grow. I feel like I felt into that meeting that those were topics that I was really good in. You know, like, nobody could ever tell me that was not my strength. Communication, education, and having an appropriate good attitude at work. So when he said that, I'm like, sheesh, I thought those would be my perks. Yeah, so I'm learning that I got a 10 out of 10 on taking good care of patients and being astute and being on top of things. So that makes me happy. At least I know in that category, I'm doing super duper well. I'm trying to think what else. We have like meetings like every day at the facility where I work. Currently, because my patient load is heavy, I have not been going to the meetings on a regular basis. So that's something I'm going to incorporate too. It's just making sure that throughout the week I allot at least one day to go to the meetings. Yeah. So I'm saying all this to say that if you're a nurse practitioner and you are in a certain field and you stand in that certain field because you're comfortable in that field, I'm telling you that if it's something else you want to do with your advanced practice degree, do it. Try it. When I applied for this job, I can remember feeling super duper uncomfortable. I can remember thinking it wasn't going to work. After about a month, I was ecstatic. Like, I'm so happy I picked this job. I am blessed to be in a situation where I'm with attendings and doctors and personnel that are going to assist me in growing in my personal and professional development. So that's how my week has been going. I'm actually about to stop by my job right now because yesterday there was a patient that was admitted to my floor that I didn't see, which is crazy, right? But at the facility where I currently work, Mondays and Fridays it'd be so much going on you can't think. Like, in my mind, when I went in, I only had to see about 13 patients. It was supposed to be a nice, smooth day. You hear me? Got there, and there were multiple falls, and there were head lacerations I had to repair, and there were patients circling the drain that I had to revive. And I'm just learning so much, and I think I'm just super duper intrigued by the environment, so I kind of immerse myself in it currently. So I'm gonna see this admission that I missed, and I'm gonna get them together, and then I'm gonna go home and cook a really big meal and sit on my couch and watch TV the rest of the day, sort out my life. So yeah, I am Alicia So Awesome. I'm a board certified acute care nurse practitioner, currently about to be dual certified, I promise. I'm really good at what I do. What I'm even better at is life. Yeah, I'm gonna help you navigate through life successfully.